All right, so we're going to do a Q&A VIP and virtual. We got your questions coming in as well. We're going to start off with a little bit in person, but VIP, we do have questions coming from you, and let's get started.
Fellow neurodivergent, high-functioning, crazy ADHD, what's your take, a bit left of field here, brain, what's your take on a whole heap of middle-aged people now seeking ADHD diagnosis to get on medication? Because I'm not medicated either.
Yeah, it's kind of like trendy for sure. When I got my diagnosis, they also said I had anxiety. I was like, that's not cool. I don't want that either. I got to learn a lot about how I work, but I didn't want medication either. I actually just wanted to realize if I was making excuses for myself or if I genuinely had a neurodiverse way of doing things. But to me, it didn't validate me. It just helped me. And I tell you what, if you're considering it, and you want to do it because the best thing it actually is helped me and my partner. So there's so many things in my life where I've dated people and they think I don't care, but my mind is just going to more important things. And it sounds crazy, but sometimes me thinking about taking cardboard to the tip is the most important thing on my mind. And I can't relax. And she's like, can we talk about something? I'm like, I need to go to the tip because there was cardboard by the front door and I can't relax. And it's not bin day for 4 days. And my partner now, one of the best things she does to her credit is when she senses that I'm in these moods, she's just like, go do your thing. And it is a selfish thing that I have. I'm very selfless and very selfish at the same time. And it's a very unique balance that only some people can understand. So by getting the classification, the diagnosis, I could then tell her, every time I learn something about myself, I tell her. And although some people are doing it to be trendy, some people are doing it to be cool, it's really helped my relationship, which is the one thing, imagine this, right? This is getting personal again. I've always had a really growth mindset towards business. No matter what goes wrong, no matter where I was, backpacking, small social media following, whatever, I was like, you give me an internet connection, I'm gonna fucking grow this bitch. But I had a very fixed mindset with relationships where the second shit got tough, I was like, see you later, you're a fucking waste of time. I would then blame other people in relationships, but in business, I would never blame other people. It was always on me. So it took me fucking 30 years to realize that I needed to take a mindset that I had for business and apply it to relationships. And doing that and having a partner that understands that I just don't act like a normal person and I'm a little bit crazy has really helped. So that's what I'd say.
Fletcher asks, if you had one valuable piece of advice from everything you know now to give your 20-year-old self, what would it be?
I've always been happy. Even when I was broke, I was happy. And then earning money is great, don't get me wrong, but I've always enjoyed the process. I've never done anything I didn't want to do. That is definitely a selfish trait that I've done throughout my life. But people just need to appreciate, if you're earning 50K a year and you're happy, you are wealthier than some people making 300K a year. I did a mushroom trip in Sydney on Camp Cove, and I was looking out at the skyscrapers in like the Sydney CBD, and there's all these boats and yachts in between. And on mushrooms, I thought to myself, the people that own the boats are stuck in the buildings. I'm on a beach and I can do whatever I want. I was like, we both get to have good days, but you motherfuckers gotta wear a shirt and tie and be stressed and get your Monday morning meetings. I'm on a beach at fucking midday, cunt. You know what I mean? I was like, there's such a superpower to earning what could be an average salary and being happy. And if people can appreciate that, like some days you wake up and you're like, oh, my mortgage interest rates just went up. And yes, that sucks. And it would be nice to be mortgage free. But if you're happy, you are already wealthier than so many people in the world.
Hello, my name's Angel. My question is regards to, I've made a lot of social media content and about like 1,200 pieces of content on Instagram, really proud of it. But I'm at a position where I'm getting a lot of intense hate. I was just wondering what your experience has been with hate and how you've actually gotten through that.
So there's something definitely happened in the last 3 years or so where I think a lot of people are just generally unhappy. So I think economic climate, rising interest rates, people not even being able to afford to do things they enjoy, especially in countries like the UK where we don't have beaches, we don't have good weather. The thing you look forward to the most as a Brit is going away for 2 weeks a year. So you put these people, you've got the pandemic, you sit them down inside, you've got a lot of unhappy people, and it's really hard to reframe this, but they're just trying to make themselves feel happy, and some of them are just trying to get attention, and when they get 35 likes on a mean comment, it's the highest amount of status they've had that week. So no one at work's giving them praise, no one in their life says you're great, their husband or wife never says to them, thank you so much for providing to this family. At work, they're bottom of the food chain. They've got nowhere to go in life. They're not going to make it anywhere. They live in a very mundane, sad existence, and that is their only way to make themselves feel serotonin or dopamine. And it sounds really crazy, but the second you see those, you need to flip around and actually feel sorry for these people. Imagine living a life where the only thing that made you happy today was writing a comment on someone's post you'd never met. And it's really difficult because this puts the work onto you rather than excusing them. But just for a second appreciate how many people out there are struggling. And if you were to find that person in real life and say, why did you say that? I guarantee they would shit themselves. And whatever they said would equate to, sorry, I'm just trying to make myself feel better. So one, that doesn't excuse the actions. It doesn't impact the emotions that you feel because of it. It's just the place people are in the world. It's now become a trend where people say the most obnoxious thing in a bid to get likes. It's the only likes they're ever going to get in their life because they're never going to post content. They're never going to have dreams. They're never going to work towards something. This is their World Cup final, is commenting on your post. It sucks. It's shit. But you can't lose sleep over the opinions of losers. If you let them shape your actions, they win. They get what they want. And there's nothing more powerful than being able to ignore that and just carry on doing what you're doing. And if you really want to get these people back, which I would very strongly recommend, keep being successful. So then you can get to a point where you can be a bit of a cunt like me. So I sometimes like to buy very expensive trainers because I know my haters probably want that pair and they can never afford them. And then I will wear these in the gym, just knowing that someone will go, I fucking hate that James Smith guy. Because they come onto your page, right? People that hate you follow you more than your followers. And they're gonna go, that cunt's wearing my favorite trainers for a workout. And that's my way of getting them back.
Business-wise, what was your biggest challenge in a business and how did you overcome it? What did you do?
Business is not about defeating giant enemies. It's about facing those tiny little battles on a daily basis and not being fazed by them. And whenever shit gets really tough, or you have those days that you lose 4 followers after putting out what you thought was the best fucking content of your life, this is what Alex Hormozy says. He says, that's where everyone else stops. So you should be gassed and be like, I'm not gonna be that motherfucker. I'm gonna keep going. And in a few years, they'll call you crazy. And in 10 years, they'll go, oh, I get it. And your family and friends are the ones that get it the least. So,
my question is, I'm quite a happy, optimistic kind of girl. Now, are you saying that actually I should maybe take a step back and be pessimistic?
don't be fake. Just don't be fake. Be yourself. And when you're having a bad day, have a bad day. Hey guys, I'm fucked off. I didn't make the fucking netball squad. But either way, we're going to talk about something today that works. This is why I love email marketing, because you can share your ups and downs. There was a guy in Belfast I used to follow. I used to get his emails. And he did this incredible email autoresponder that gave me so many fucking life-changing things that changed my life. And he used to send a daily email on top of it. Then one day, he wrote an email drunk from his dad's funeral. He was pissed behind the keyboard. And at the end, he writes, "If you think it's offensive for me to sell to you from my dad's death, go fuck yourself." And I bought his book. That was the email that got me, right? So I think if you try and be this optimistic person all the time, I know that's not real. But the more you can be real with people, like when the pandemic started, everyone was like, "Hey guys, doing hit work." I was like, I'm depressed, I grew a beard. I was like, I fucking hate this. But like, the more real you can be, the more you can resonate with people. When your diet fucks up, talk about it. When you break up with your partner, talk about it. When it's your fault that you broke up with your partner, talk about it. So I'm not wanting pessimism, I'm wanting realism. Because I think that's the best thing that you can get from people, because so many people online are trying to be this happy-go-lucky character they think they need to be, but they don't. They want people they can trust. Know, like, and trust. They're the three things people need from you, not to be happy on demand. It'll be exhausting for you as well when you're not being yourself.
One of the biggest fears that has been for me, I came to Australia 10 years ago, and one of the things that has always kept me from doing more than what I could, it's always that fear, like, you may not be always accepted, or you may be rejected because of your accent. Like, it's always like this sort of insecurity that takes you from doing more because of that fear.
Where are you from?
Venezuela.
Venezuela. That was in South America.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to go. It's dodgy down there. But like, yeah, like, but I think just own it and just say to me, even in your content, your copy, be like, as you can tell, I'm from Venezuela. You know, I think that if you have a small social media following, you play into it. Hi, my name's Jake. Yes, I've only got 1,200 followers, but good news is when you join my program, I'm actually doing it. James Smith and Adam Sullivan ain't even going to see your fucking program. So don't join theirs, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm from Venezuela. No, we don't all have big bums. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you want to say, you can disarm it, because like it makes you a differentiator. It's cool. You can even say, hey, in my country, we have a word for this. It's this. And then you can go back into your point. Make it part of your brand and your content, because it's unique to you. Imagine even at the end of an email or end of social media content, you just teach me a word in Venezuelan, like something cool, like have some fun with it. Do an educational video about something, then sly in something. So you go, fucking hell, I just learned 3 ways to hip thrust and how to say arsehole in Venezuelan, you know? Like, it could be fun. It could be like educational. You should play into it. Like, so with the Venezuelan stuff, there are so many idiosyncrasies that belong to only Venezuelans. Share them, because then they get what they want. This is a key to content creation, just before we go and I pissed myself. So you should always give people so imagine this, right? There's a golden rule I learned this year that don't ask people what they want when it comes to content creation, because if your partner wanted a pair of trainers for a birthday and you get her a pair of trainers, she's like, oh, sweet, cool, but she got what she wanted. But you want to not just give her what she wanted, but something else where they go, fucking hell, I wasn't expecting that. That's why in Mr. Beast videos, he has the title, the thumbnail, you watch it and he's like, and we're going to fucking blow up a supermarket. And you're like, well, I didn't even know that was coming, you know, like, so if you can give people what they want and more, that's going to be the best part. Like Sean Casey drops in like his own personality. Adam Sullivan drop kicks the fucking air, whatever it is. No one watches Solo's content to see a drop kick, but they fucking get it. Have some fun with it.
Awesome. Give it up for James Smith, everybody.